Hey guys, Dead Ponic here. The latest episode of Ahsoka just dropped last night, and I have just finished rewatching it. And I gotta say, this is the highlight of the series so far. Definitely. Okay, and also massive, massive spoilers going forward. So, Sabine and Ahsoka and Hugh Yang have kind of set down on the planet. Their ship is in no position to go anywhere, and their transmitter is broken for all intents and purposes. Um, there's a lingering question about whether Ahsoka can count on Sabine, which I know she can because it's pretty much a given at this point. Um, it's also really good to see Sabine in her Mandalorian armor. I'm pretty impressed, and also her pistols. Oh god, those things are gonna be like they're gonna be cosplayed up the wazoo, and you just look cool. Now, granted, they're not exactly translated. I don't know if they're translated well from animation to live action, but it doesn't matter. Um, so uh, Morgan, supervises all the whole like getting the coordinates for the hyperspace ring. It is a hyperspace ring, it turns out. Um, and meanwhile, Hera's basically she sets off with Jason and the Ghost, and another character from the Mandalorian comes in. This is Carson. And a squad of X-wings go with Hera to the Ceto system. So while this is going on, Hugh Yang is trying to fix the ship, and he gets ambushed by a couple droids. This is actually interesting because I was not expecting Hugh Yang to put up as much of a fight as he did, and holy crap. I knew Hugh Yang was a training droid or some level of like training droid in some capacity, but I didn't think he was that good. But anyway, so going forward, so Ahsoka and Sabine take out the droids. They realize, well, we gotta stop them from using the map, and so they set off. And so then they run across they run across Shin Hati and Merrick. Now they kind of split off. So uh, Ahsoka duels Merrick, and Sabine deals with Shin. And I gotta say, these two fights in particular are actually really well done. It's quite interesting, and also there's a bit of a samurai move that Ahsoka pulls when Merrick uses like the I like to call it the buzzsaw effect of the lightsaber, and then he like dissipates into ash. It's like, what the hell? It's like, what the hell was that? So then, so while that's going on, uh, Sabine deals with Shin, and she puts up a hell of a fight. I mean, she gets her lightsaber knocked away and her helmet knocked off. Now, it looks like she's going to use the Force, but in reality, she was using her dart gun because it was established in The Mandalorian Season 3 that when you use certain weapons, you have to clench your fist. It's pretty impressive, actually. So, Shin uses a smoke bomb to escape, and then we get to the main fight where Braylon and Ahsoka square off. It's treated first as a conversation, which I really enjoy. That's something I actually really enjoy about this. The fight itself is pretty good. I was not expecting Braylon to be, such an able threat. And then Shin arrives. Ahsoka thinks that Sabine's dead. And then, well, basically, Sabine grabs the little orb thingy. Ahsoka tries to grab it, but she ends up burning her hand, and it gets knocked away. So, Sabine grabs it and threatens to destroy it if Braylon doesn't step back. He knocks Ahsoka off a cliff. Then instead of, what's the word? Instead of using violence to, take her out, he actually convinces her to hand over the map, and now she's captured, and Shin's kind of has a bit of a grudge. So then Braylon destroys the orb, which destroys the map, and this is when Hera and Jason and the squad of X-Wings enter the system. They're about to try to stop the big hyperspace ring from going where it needs to go, but it ends up jumping into hyperspace. It takes out a couple of the X-Wings, and that's it. But then we cut to something. I had a weird feeling this was going to happen, but my instinct said they were either going to bring him in as a ghost, or they were going to do something where, like, something they did with Kenobi, where, like, Ahsoka's not ready to see Anakin yet, but instead she's kind of trapped in this, I guess you could call it the world, a world in between. It's kind of a reference to Rebels in a way. Now, this would be the second time, I believe? No, yeah, the second time, where she's fallen off a structure and seemingly died, when it turns out she's basically just cheated death again. And then we get the big reveal, because as soon as I heard the words, "Hello, Snips," I knew there's only one person in the entire universe that was permitted to call her that. As soon as she turns around, you see Anakin. Now, this is the weird thing about Anakin. He's de-aged, which the de-aging looks very good, I'd say. Hayden Christensen in the role. My God, guys, you beautiful bastards, you did it. You did it. You brought back Anakin again, and this time you listened to the fans. But this time, it's going to be an interesting conversation. But then it cuts to black, and Vader's theme plays, which I have a very bad feeling about, but that's how the episode ends. And I gotta say, this is the highlight of the episode. This is basically what they were teasing in all the trailers, everything. And, oh my God, like, I had such a big emotional moment when I saw Anakin. I knew what was gonna I knew it was coming, but it's one of those things, you know what it's coming, but nothing can prepare you for it. It's like, when I saw Qui-Gon and Kenobi, it blew my mind, and I was a crying wreck, because Qui-Gon's one of my favorite characters, and the fact that he came back, Liam Neeson came back for that one scene, it's brilliant. Like, guys, seriously, Filoni, you beautiful bastard, you did it. You did something. I kind of knew it was coming, but the way they did it was not what I was expecting. I was half expecting, like, Ahsoka to be, like, meditating, and then Anakin kind of appears, sits down and says, you know, how long it's been, like, I'm proud of you, that kind of thing. And just, the next episode, oh my God, okay, I have a funny feeling this is the episode we're going to get Thrawn, and I have a funny feeling this is going to be the episode where everything changes. And also, they kind of, like, skirt around the fact that, you know, Hera's kind of leaving the fleet without authorization, which I have a funny feeling the politics are going to kind of get in the way here. But, not going to lie, this is a very strong episode. This is probably this is one of the most incredible episodes I've seen of the series so far. Another thing to note here is that this is the episode also where Ahsoka uses a single saber for the majority of the episode. She uses it once against Merrick, and she even does the reverse grip, which I'm very impressed with. Which I know they were kind of teasing, they were kind of like trying to keep away from that a little bit, but the fact that they did that, very well done, guys. And then the fight with Braylon, oh man, that is something else. It's the fact that, like, they use their environment. There's a very clear samurai-esque feeling to the fight itself, which I'm very impressed with. I gotta say, they're definitely doing something right here. The first 3 episodes may not have been the greatest. I mean, granted, I really like the second episode. I like the third episode. Um, and the fact that they were going back to their roots, very good. I'm pretty sure that Sabine will not be able to touch the Force. There's definitely something going on there. Um, but the fact that she willingly gave up the map to Braylon, I think it's more of a case of Sabine is surrendering herself so that she can find out what's going on, kind of thing. And I have a funny feeling that she and Shin are probably going to square off again, and this time there's not going to be there is going to be a conclusive winner. There's going to be no running away, none of that. And now we just have to wait for next week. Now I'm hoping that because Timothy Zahn is confirmed to be involved in the project, they're definitely going to get Theron right. If they got him right in Rebels, which I know they had to tone him down for that series, but if they can get him right and kind of increase him a little bit for this series, it'll be one of the greatest Star Wars TV series to exist. And that's saying something. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week.